Denim pants, also known as jeans, are made from cotton fabric. This fabric undergoes wear and tear using a series of laser machines. Each pair of jeans goes through a lengthy process from the cotton field to the clothing store. But how are jeans actually made? We visited a textile factory to discover the jeans manufacturing process. Jeans were invented shortly after the California gold rush, when a man named Levi Strauss began making denim pants with copper rivets for miners. What started as cheap workwear has now become a luxury item. To say it was a success is an understatement. In the United States alone, 450 million pairs are sold each year, and the global denim market generates around $40 billion. Jeans are made with a highly durable cotton known as denim. Cotton takes about 5 months to grow from planted seed to mature plant. Cotton, which is one of Mexico's most significant crops, is cultivated in these fields. A cotton picker machine separates the cotton from the fluffy seed of the plant. In just 5 minutes, this harvesting machine can harvest as much cotton as a human picker would in an entire day. The harvested cotton is compressed into large rectangular bales ready for transport. For every ton of this harvest, there are 500 kilograms of seeds, 100 kilograms of leaves and other plant parts, and only 400 kilograms of cotton fiber. Once the cotton reaches the processing plant, sticks, residues, and remaining seeds are removed. The bales are fed into a feeder that transports the packed raw cotton to a dispenser. Its job is to dry and clean the raw harvest, removing seeds and unwanted plant material by filtering everything through a fine mesh. It's a dusty job, but in the end, refined cotton bales weighing around 200 kilograms are obtained, containing enough fiber to produce 325 pairs of jeans. However, raw cotton must first be turned into denim fabric, which is done here at the Aramark factory in southern Mexico. The challenge is that each bale of cotton that arrives is slightly different. To achieve a uniform thread, the cotton must be blended. The process starts in the blowing room. Since the fibers don't resemble thread yet, workers perform what is known as carding, the process of untangling and separating the fibers, combing and pulling the cotton to form a web. Next, the fibers are stretched together to form a thick strand. The following stage is spinning. At each of these stations, cotton ribbons are stretched and twisted at speeds of up to 120,000 revolutions per minute on these giant spools that now have something resembling cotton thread. But for jeans to be blue, the cotton must first be dyed. Most jeans are dyed the characteristic indigo blue. Indigo is one of the oldest dyes used for textile dyeing and originates from the indigo plant. When indigo reacts with oxygen, it turns blue. The threads are repeatedly immersed until the cotton thread acquires an intense dark blue color. The thread is treated with cornstarch to harden it after going through the dryer. The cotton threads are now ready to use. However, the threads are intensely blue. To rectify this, the cotton is fed into the loom and mixed with a white thread for every 3 blue threads. In a weaving process, every 3 blue threads, known as the warp, are vertically stretched on the loom. Simultaneously, a white thread, referred to as the weft, is woven back and forth horizontally across the loom, creating the denim pattern. Each of these looms produces 3,000 meters of denim fabric per week. Once the fabric is made, it is sent to the textile factory. First, all the shapes are traced on a computer to make the most of every centimeter of fabric. The pattern is printed on a huge sheet of paper for cutters to trim. An operator is responsible for minimizing material waste. Once the patterns are finished, it's time for cutting. This massive roll contains 450 meters of fabric, which will produce 350 pairs of pants. Several layers of material are spread on a long table. Next, the design is laid out on the denim fabric. It is then passed to automatic cutting machines. These machines play a crucial role in maximizing efficiency and minimizing fabric waste. The blade is so sharp that it can cut between 150 and 200 layers of denim fabric at once. By multiplying the layers, a large number of pieces are produced with a single cut. Small pieces are cut with a die cutting machine that makes pockets with a cutting matrix through 100 layers of denim fabric. Any mistake comes at a high cost. Each pair of jeans takes 15 minutes to make and requires 1.6 meters of denim fabric, several hundred meters of thread, 6 rivets, and a zipper. and 5 buttons. The cut denim fabric is taken to a noisy sewing room where about 300 people manufacture up to 6,000 pairs of jeans per day. It's the thread that holds everything together, and sewing these seams is not simple. With such a large number of sewing experts, each person works on a specific part of the garment. Some only sew zippers, while others focus on pockets, and others only sew inseams. This machine embroiders pocket designs. Its needles move at a rate of 2,500 stitches per minute. They will use over 10,000 meters of denim fabric and the astonishing amount of 75,000 meters of thread on average. Outer seams must be invisible, so both edges are folded and sewn from the inside. Jeans move from one station to another with about 25 people working on each pair. After sewing, jeans undergo a relatively new method in manufacturing: a laser machine. The laser is manipulated by a computer program that controls intensity and pattern. This technology reduces water consumption. The laser treatment is a new way to achieve the worn look of jeans. The laser can remove or replace parts through a chemical process for a more environmentally friendly production. The laser can fade the denim or create holes through burns. Virtually any design can be burned, making this technique even artistic. In just 60 minutes, this equipment makes jeans look like they've spent the last 5 years being dragged through a mine. They are puffed up, and then workers scrape them with sandpaper. Everything is done by hand, so each pair is unique. The treatment of jeans is what gives them character. All processes are designed to simulate years of use and wear. Edges are sometimes polished to give a rugged feel. Some styles require an even more severe treatment with sandpaper, creating tears and even holes in the pants. Then, the holes are patched to create the appearance of repair. This is the most expensive part of production. It takes quite some time to make the lines in the right places to appear as natural crease lines. The next step to achieve the classic worn look is by using chemical treatment. Spraying potassium permanganate, which is a bleaching process used to further discolor the jeans in specific areas. The spray is transparent, so a purple dye is added to allow employees to see where the product is applied. When jeans are washed, the purple color disappears, leaving the pants bleached. One of the most crucial parts of the process is washing the jeans. Stone washing is the most common treatment applied to jeans. Jeans are washed with stones to give them that worn and rugged look. The continuous pounding of the stones also increases the flexibility and softness of the pants. An alternative to stone washing is ozone treatment. Ozone is a natural gas produced in thunderstorms. When indigo color is exposed to ozone, the jeans fade. This allows creating the same effect as stone washing, but without using water. One of the final steps in the process is finishing the pants. This involves ironing the jeans, attaching buttons, and adding labels. The last step before shipping is a final inspection to ensure quality. Then, jeans are packaged and sent to stores worldwide. If you want to know how silk is made, watch the video on your screen. Like the video if you have enjoyed it, and share it with your friends. Also, subscribe to this channel by activating notifications to continue learning. Thank you for watching.